Hello tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another video. This is number 2 today. Today we have got a thank you and a shout out. The thank you is to my marra Greg Reilly. That's Greg Reilly's 1:35 scale military models. Is it Greg? How long have we known each other and been on each other's channels and I still can't get it right? You all know Greg. Anyway, the other week, me and Greg have a chat on that Facebook Messenger. He looks out for old Gav. He does. And I just happened to say, like, oh, I like that Tamiya 38T. You know, it's I've always liked the 38T. A lot of us do. You often hear that. You know, it's got quite a affectionate crowd that follow it. You know, it's I don't know why, because it's not particularly it's a light tank of its day. You know, the late 30s, early 40s. You know, lots of rivets, and myself personally, I just think it's because the tank itself, as a what we would call today a main battle tank, its gun was probably standard for the time, you know, compared to British American tanks, a lot of the Russian tanks, but it was extremely reliable. The running gear, the engine, petrol engine. Why, apart from the Soviets, why we didn't have diesel engines, I really have no idea, but it could travel vast distances, which it did in, let's face it, in Operation Barbarossa, and it was extremely reliable. So when the tank became obsolete, which was quite quickly, let's face it, as tank design got better, its chassis was used for the Vesp. That's Wasp, I believe, in German. Bilingual, eh? And my favourite, especially, I like the Marder when it had, before it had the big enclosed, is it the Marder 1, I believe, or the Marder 2? I do like that, and I will get that at some stage. That's one of Tamiya's, I believe. But so yeah, we would just, you know, as we do, we'd get backwards and forwards, just having a chat at the end of the day. And he said, you know, sent me a couple of links, as he does. I went, no, no. I said I liked it. I said I'm not getting one. Way too much on my plate at the moment. And I can't remember if it was that night or a couple of nights later or days when we were chatting. And he said, he says, oh, I've got a Hobby Boss one you can have. I went, Greg, that's really kind of you, but you know, he's no better fix than I am, you know, and I you know, it's humbling to get stuff off people, you know, because I can't do a lot back. I do my best, but I can't do a lot, and Greg don't give a monkeys about that. Monkeys is a British saying. Don't give a monkeys. Don't care. And lo and behold, he says, I've popped this Hobby Boss in the post to you, Gav. He says, I've made a brief start in it, and when he said start, it was just literally clipped a couple of bits off the sprues, the main whole sections to put together. Now, I'm not going to do an unboxing with this. I don't see the point, and I believe the guy that I'm about to shout out after this segment may well have done one, because he does a lot of unboxings. Beautiful kit from what I can see, absolutely beautiful. It's got plastic tracks. I know you think, Gav, no tracks, stick to armoured cars. Greg's, we're going to have a video call where he's going to run me through building tracks, because I just can't seem to do them. And I've still got the T34 up there, and that's broke my heart. Now there's all the work I put into that and the vision I've got in my head for it, and it's got tracks that, unless I literally have it up to its fuel tanks in mud, I'm not going to be happy, and I don't really want to do that because that's not what I envisaged. Anyway, we're digressing again. So yeah, lovely little tank, not going to take much room. I've got now the options you get on these are all for the, I believe, all for the 22nd Panzer Division in the Crimea, and I'm going to do a grey one. They do a very late one in the usual Dunkelgelb with the green and the red brown camouflage, but I've got all the early, for once I've got all the early lacquer paints that I did for that Landweser Schlepper a couple of years ago. Well, I can paint that with that, so I've got that, and I wouldn't mind doing a nice grey one for a change. So I might well do a little base for this as well. It's got a couple of figure choices. You can get one in the early one with the beret for the crewman sticking out the top, the commander, and one for the later one with the side cap. And one's got more of a winter feel. He's got a great coat on, because you can do a winterized version as well. I'm probably not going to do the winterized one, purely because I've got some other winter type bases to come up in the next 12 months. Gav plans ahead. As we all know, they never see fruition, but I've got a couple of I've got my Marra Victor sent me a Sherman, and that's getting built this year, Victor, and it's going to be a winterized one. So that's one of the, I just don't want to do 100 winterized ones. So yeah, I'm digressing here. So yeah, Greg, you know, I can't thank you enough, Marra. That's why I want to do the video, and I'm rambling all over the shop because I just want to go to videos. That's what I do. I can't thank you enough. What makes me laugh is Greg's obviously got this from Dave Coley's Emporium at some stage. Well, Dave Coley's in Birmingham, which is my, well, Wolverhampton's probably a bit closer to me, but the big city itself, Birmingham, is literally half an hour down the road, 40 minutes, whatever. So it's gone from Birmingham up to Greg's place and then back down to the West Midlands again. Just thought I'd say. So Greg, again, we all know what you do out there for people, and I know you do a lot more that's never comes to light, and I really do appreciate it, Marra. So thank you very much. Right. It was doing this thank you that reminded me, because I was going to do a shout out to this guy anyway. I haven't been subbed that long. It's a modelling channel, and that is my mate Nob at PanzerMiester, Japanese tubester. All his videos have got subtitles on them, and he does some, and they're all unboxings. He's just put one up at the moment, which I'm going to watch after Greg's this afternoon, once I've done me spray painting. And he'd done a recently Hungarian one that I was looking at, and light tank, and I thought I've got to give him a shout out, and this has just reminded me, so I thought I'll do them both together. So please go and check out PanzerMiester Channel. There's two. I think there's a PanzerMiester 36. I don't know that guy, but I do know Nob, and he does some fantastic work. So please go and give him a check out. Hopefully give him a sub, and check out some of the unboxings he does, because he goes into in depth. He's not one of these that just slags a kit off or whatever. He tells you it like it is, and they're very enjoyable to listen to as you're painting. Well, obviously it's in Japanese. I read them once I'm in between my painting. I'm waffling again. Thank you very much. So thank you very much, Greg Reilly, and please go and check out PanzerMeister's channel. Link, as usual, in the description. Look after yourselves, guys.